The programs of the EdTech unit target the emerging pedagogies focused on open educational resources, robotics and mechatronics, coding and programming, virtual reality and augmented reality in education, mobile application development, Internet of Things, and the productivity tools for learning, which includes Microsoft Office 365, Google Apps for Education, and the different Adobe software tools. In addition, the maneuver of in-house applications such as the DepEd Commons and the DepEd Learning Management System is under the flagship of the EdTech unit. The supervision of DepEd TV in ensuring work is another task of the office. Lastly, the conduct of free online tutorial session is a bridging program to support learners and parents in answering the self-learning modules pioneered with the initiative of the ICTS EdTech unit. A teacher's influence is limitless, bound with the heart for service and dedication to fulfill the greatest mission to educate the young. The ICTS Educational Technology Unit will be there to promote, to empower, and to inspire Filipino teachers and learners as we grow as a tiger in the region, hitting our target as one of the best in educational technology. Come on and join us as we make our dreams into a reality. Sama-sama tayong lahat tungo sa iisang layunin. Simulan natin ang pagbabago dahil tayo ang mga gurong magtatayo ng makabagong DepEd. Sulong Edukalidad.
Welcome back to the PM session of the virtual Inset brought to you by the Educational Technology Unit. You are still with us. I am Teacher May from SDO Navotas.
And I am Teacher Jeff from SDO Las Piñas. And right now, we are actually overwhelmed with the number of teachers who are joining us for the first ever virtual Inset spearheaded by the Educational Technology Unit here at the DepEd Central Office. So we have here some teachers that we would like to recognize. First, we have Eugenio M. Lopez Jr. Center for Media Arts, Senior High School, Quezon City, together with their principal, Sir Noel de los Reyes. Lamot Elementary School, Main Calauan, Laguna, with their SDS, Ma'am Gina Lynn Freyo, and their principal, Edelita Artillero. So this one is from Ma'am Jane Valdelion.
All right. Okay, pinakabati rin po ni Christian Laura Mauro, si Ma'am Leonila Angeles ng Cruz Naligas High School, Quezon City. Ganun din po si Master Teacher Giadel Sestosa. Pinakabati din po niya si Ma'am Maria Fe Makiling Hubilio of Tangos 1 Elementary School.
Yes, and also from Pulong Masle High School teachers, together with their principal, Ma'am Shena Panganiban, and Sir Rafi V. Caballes from Claro M. Recto High School from SDO Manila.
Alright, ito naman po ay pinakabati ni Sir Marco Paulo Victoriano, lahat po sa SDO Bulacan, hi po, at kay Ma'am Myra de la Peña sa Piera, pinakabati po kay Sir Mark Anthony C.
Also from NEHS Science Department, together with their principal, Dr. Ferdinand Fontilio, and Science Department Head, Dr. Donata R. Regonton, and as well as SDO Batangas City, Dr. Felizardo O. Bolaños and Ma'am Nieves Montalvo from Pinamukan Integrated School.
This greeting came from Sir Raymond Kasama. Hello daw po sa mga taga-General Vito Bellarmino Integrated National High School ng Selang, Cavite. Hello po sa principal nila, Ma'am Fordeliza A. De La Rosa.
Of course, our teachers also from General Emilio Aguinaldo National High School, Imus City in Cavite, with their principal, Ma'am Lerma V. Peña, and the TLE department. Greetings from Sir Michael Angelo Maleriado.
Alright, greetings po sa SDO Navotas, lalo na po sa aming STS, Sir Dr. Alibanes, at sa akin pong EPS, Dr. Marco Medoranda.
And of course, ang SDO na makikita at within this week SDO Negros Oriental, Sibulan Central Elementary School from Sir James Anthony, teachers from Region 5, Legazpi City and Albay Division from Sir Al Jerwin Apuli, Wenji Apuli, and Adonis Mura.
Alright, pinakabati rin po ni Ma'am Ruby Rose Kuyabuyan po. Ang pabati po, 1 Sumulong High School, Cubao, Principal po nila ay si Mrs. Janet Dionio. Hello po!
And of course, from Sir Kim Nick Bialen, San Roque Elementary School, Division of Zamboanga City, Riza Andog of Ayala Central School, Spec Center, Division of Zamboanga City, Lacandula High School, Division of Manila, and si Ma'am Beverly Sulit.
Alright, at hello po sa mga former teachers ko dyan sa Tangos National High School at Tangos Elementary School. Hello po, mga sirs.
Ayan, so I guess everyone is settled and I know that excited na po kayo for this PM session. So we would now be proceeding to the PM session of today's in-service training for teachers. Our focus now would be on the execution.
May we remind you, our dear teachers, to ready your questions for our speaker for the session. Send in your questions by answering the Google Forms via the link that you can see on your screen.
Yan. Okay. So the link is already posted there. And don't forget to send in your questions, our dear teachers, para ma-address po natin agad-agad. Now, this topic would be presented to us by none other than the head of the Educational Technology Unit.
Okay, that is Sir Mark Anthony C.C. Give you the opportunity to read his bio now. Mr. Mark Anthony C.C. is the head of the ICTS Educational Technology Unit. He joined the Department of Education on April 16, 2018 as the Executive Assistant 2 for the Undersecretary for Administration. With his expertise in mobile learning technology, his works were recognized by the Brothers of the South Green Hills, where he worked as a former grade school Filipino and Araling Panlipunan teacher. He served the institution as the Educational Technology Coordinator and Liaison Officer from 2013 to 2017. He established the framework of the school's Pearl program, which highlighted the effective use of technology in delivering quality instruction. In addition, with his leadership in the Pearl office, the South Green Hills was awarded as the very first Microsoft Showcase in the Philippines.
He was also invited and had given several empowerment programs locally and internationally to inspire and capacitate teachers' skills in using ICT. He is a Google certified innovator and a micro. In 2019, he was awarded as the EdTech leader in Asia in the K-12 category, EduTech Asia, which was held in Singapore. In 2000, Philippines as a delegate to observe the ICT in USA and United Kingdom. With his vast knowledge and expertise in educational technology, he is one of the consultants of the Undersecretary for Administration of DepEd in delivering quality, accessible, relevant, and liberating education for the Filipino learners. For he is limitless. A true dedicated teacher with a heart for service will do everything to see the bright future of our beloved country, the Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome our speaker at this moment, Mr. Mark Anthony C.C.
Thank you for that wonderful words, Teacher Jeff and Teacher May. Good afternoon to all of our teachers who are currently tuned in. And for those participants who just knew about this virtual Inset program, please take note that it is open for all. It is voluntary. So for our session, I'll be delivering two things. The first one would be the effective delivery of a synchronous teaching methodology, and then the other one will be the asynchronous teaching methodology. It will be at 1 p.m. until 4 p.m. So we will be having two sessions here. So my dear colleagues, please take note that when we talk about effective teaching, we need to bear in mind that we are in an online environment right now in our country because we have a lot of challenges. However, we need to take note about these priorities, these objectives, on why it's important for us to understand how are we going to deliver an effective online teaching methodology, this synchronous teaching. First, we have the following objectives. All of you are expected to have this one. So let's have a focus. Number one is for you to determine the proper actions in conducting effective synchronous. I'll be sharing with you certain practices, certain techniques that will enable you to prosper as a teacher delivering an edtech instruction. I could say that these practices are also used in other countries as I've observed them, and I'll be sharing that one to you later on. Our next objective would be to devise a mechanism to troubleshoot any technical difficulties and challenges when we face that situation. I know that it's very hard for us to deliver something wherein we don't have that. What are those things? It could be your capability, your capacity, your equipment, your environment, and the support. With all of these things being said, what are the alternatives? So later on, I'll be sharing some insights. Third, I'm expecting all of you to reflect practices, your current practice, and have a self-assessment in the delivery of synchronous sessions. Later on, I'll be sharing also a lot of questions. It will be interesting because we will be having an interactive session. When we say interactive, I'll be posting some questions that you need to answer. So take note of it. We'll be utilizing Menti later on. And your answer, I'll promise you, your answers, I'll toss it that to use Elaine Delby Pasqua so that it will be discussed into the executive level. Your voice matters. Take note of that. Next, our fourth objective would be, I want you to propose an innovative solution to the department. If you think of a great project, an innovation project related to ICT or educational technology, please inform us, tell us. So later on in our activity, kapag itinanong ko po yun, ilagay ang inyong mga sagot. It really, for now, bear in mind that this session is collaborative. To listen. I am here to impart something. I am here to inspire all of you that I know you can do it. And lastly, for number 5, I want to capacitate you so that you could share that one to your colleagues to create world-class technology-based instructional materials aligned with the framework of effective teaching method. Bear in mind that when we talk about educational technology, kadugtong nito ang pedagogy. Hindi pwedeng tumakbo mag-isa ang technology na hindi tayo mahusay sa paggamit ng konsepto ng curriculum. As mentioned earlier, I am a former Filipino teacher and also a former Araling Panlipunan teacher, but it didn't stop me to venture in educational technology. It means that once you have that confidence, once you have that enthusiasm to learn, then you can do it. All of these 5 objectives is our target. To school heads and principals who are currently watching, please advise your teachers to join in our session. All of these answers will be also reflected in today's activity. Magpa-flash po ito lahat. So, let's have our first question and answer portion. My dear colleagues, please bear with me, okay? Our webinar session will be interactive, and let's start with our very first question. Let's see. My dear colleagues, please open your devices and go to menti.com for you to key in or type in the code that will be flashed onto your screen. So let's wait for our webinar director to flash it onto the screen. My very first question is, how will you describe yourself in integrating technology into classroom instruction? Would you think that your performance is actually a beginner, advanced, you're competent, you're proficient, or you're an expert? Please key in the code 74611495 to menti.com. Again, to proceed with this activity, go to menti.com, www.menti.com, and type down the code. The code is 74611495. Let's see. Why do I need to ask that? so that our executive personnel, the one in the department, would understand the capacity, the gauge of our learners. How should we work in order for us to help you? That's why my very first question, if we have a lot of participants here, so let's see. Let's show the results now. According to our concept, as we could see, the range here is about 30+%. Next to it will be the 29% for competent, nasa gitna. Sinusundan ng advanced, which is in the 25%. The rest will be the minority, kakaunti ang proficient at ang expert. Thank you for being honest. And with all of these things being said, alam ko ang naging dahilan kung bakit ganyan. Bakit ganyan ang confidence natin in terms of delivering instructions and technology? I know this is also your answer. Number one, with internet connection. Do you agree? If you agree, hit like and heart. Second, I know that you're experiencing that because you don't have your own equipment. Would you agree? Again, hit like, heart, and of course, these things are remarkable. Alam na alam namin na yan talaga ang problema. Kaya marami sa ating teachers ang nandoon sa beginner side. Dahil hindi natin maiiwasan, hanggat walang equipment na hahawakan ang mga guru natin na provided ng ating pamahalaan, ng ating kagawaran, ay talagang mahihirapan ang tinatawag natin na classroom integration utilizing technology. But rest assured that the Educational Technology Unit will continue to educate and to empower our teachers how to utilize the vast numbers of available technologies that will also run either online or offline. We will provide you several sessions on it. And this, I will assure you, this data, I will provide that one and show that one to the executives, especially to my boss, that, hey, you need to look at this data. This data shows that our teachers need help. They need assistance. And I hope after 1 year, the beginner data will rise up. Pangarap ko po na lahat ng mga teachers natin sa buong bansa ay maging competent sa paggamit nito at kaisa nyo ako sa laban na ito. We believe that if we need to be competent in these things, in conducting synchronous sessions, the government should provide us the quality infrastructure so teachers could deliver this quality thing to the teachers. I believe that you are doing your task very well, but you cannot deliver that effectively if the backbone has a problem. And what is that? Number one, internet connectivity. Humihingi ako ng tulong sa ating mga government officials, sa ating pong mga telecommunication partners. Nakikita po ninyo sa resultang ito na beginners po ang lumalabas sa skills ng ating mga teachers. Kahit anong pagpupursigi at training ang ibibigay namin, pero hindi nila mai-apply dahil weak ang internet connection, it will. Hindi kakayanin ng mga guru lamang, kinakailangan namin ang tulong po ninyo. Aside from that, how can we deliver these things? Therefore, my dear colleagues, thank you for joining us and saying these things out. It really matters. Now, let's proceed. I'll be sharing my screen with you, indicating the parameters para maintindihan natin paano tayo makakapag-deliver ng quality instruction if in case these scenarios are already settled. Naayos na ang internet, nagkaroon kayo ng equipment, at continuous ang improvement o ang capacity building. So, look at this one. I'll be showing a picture or an image na kung saan lagi nating nakikita o na-associate sa atin. Ang mga learners natin ay nanonood because we have synchronous teaching. But I'm sure it happened to you nang habang kayo ay nagtuturo, para kang nag-buffer. At ang dami na nga nagawang mga memes o video about online synchronous teaching. And I myself, isa po ako sa tumawa talaga. Noong una naiinis ako kasi parang suntok talaga, pero yun ang katotohanan, ipinapakita lamang nila ang katotohanan kung ano ang dapat gawin ng kagawaran, kung anong dapat gawin ng pamahalaan and partners so that our educational system will be better. And I know are working very hard for them to deliver these things to the teachers. Nakikinig din po sila. Bukas po ang kanilang mga tenga. At maraming salamat dahil nandito kayo to share it out. So, let's see what are para mapaghusay natin at maging effective ang ating instruction. First,